And now, back to PTR Radio with Colin.
Mike the 8-Man was my favorite guy, with Racist Dave and everything.
Yeah, and I'm still
and then I started listening to PTR exclusively, and then Colin, you're the guy.
And now, back to PTR Radio with Colin.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. I probably should beep out the racist in that intro. It's been long enough. I mean, I love the intro, but I know Dave doesn't go by that anymore.
No, he doesn't, but I don't think any of our current listeners even know who Dave is.
No, probably not. Probably not true.
Probably.
I barely know.
We would need a refresher.
Yeah.
We absolutely would need a refresher.
Yeah. So, I think he sent me a condolence note on Facebook about my puppy. My 17-year-old dog that passed. So, that was nice of him. So, it's nice to...
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's still around.
I
still have lunch with him, at least 3 times a year.
Yeah, so...
Maybe more, but...
Yeah. But yeah, welcome everybody to the show. Hope you guys are ready to have some definitely spur of the moment topics for tonight, because our white sheet is pretty white, and not in a racist way. Actually, it's just pretty blank. So yeah, lots gone on since our last show. I did the big trivia night at the convention center here in town. 116 tables. So you do the math, 10 people at a table, pretty big crowd. And a lot of, we did a 50-50 drawing, and the winner got almost $2,000 to take home with him. So not too shabby. I got another one coming up in the end of March that I'm looking to do. Much smaller event. Be lucky if there's 10 tables on that one, but I think we'll have a lot more fun, personally. So, all sizes, no discrimination here. Yeah, Mike?
I'm just trying to remember where I put my goddamn movie review.
Well, you got a little while to look for it, so that's good.
Here's the thing. I did it on, I watched it on the big TV, and I had my laptop, and I thought I saved it to a drive. I gotta find it.
Yeah, for those of you that are new to the show, during the last 15 minutes, we do a movie review. This week's movie is the 1986 classic Dudes, starring John Cryer. Or, as my wife knows him, that guy from 2.5 Men.
I think that's how most people know John Cryer.
Well, I knew him as that guy from the movie Hiding Out. Or, 16 Candles.
Hey. Well, yeah, he was Ducky.
But yeah, so... that'll be coming up towards the end of the show.
Okay, so speaking of trying to find things that have been lost.
Uh-huh.
I think we covered last time that I did find my car key.
Oh, good. Good.
Wait, Did you find the car key, or did you find the box of spare keys that someone was supposed to be the guardian of?
No, the spare keys are still missing, but the actual was found approximately 8 inches away from where it was supposed to.
That would make a good movie title, though. Guardians of the Keys. Or Guardian, that would. I'm surprised we haven't come across that B movie yet. Instead of Guardians of the Gate. No, Guardians of the Keys of the Gate. Guardians of the Box of the Keys. Sounds like something we'd watch. So.
See, most people usually have the key ring of keys, and nobody knows where those keys are from. And so you could make a movie about that ring of keys, unknown keys.
Coming this summer, an event you've been waiting for. guardians of the ring of mysterious keys that we don't know what they go to, but they could save the world. In 3D.
You enjoyed watching Lock-Picking Lawyer. Now watch Lock-Collecting Paralegal.
Key Collecting Paralegal.
Key Collecting Paralegal. Sorry, I completely messed up the joke.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of excitement, which is what that sounds like it was, nonstop excitement. So, this is going to sound like it's political, but it's not. Okay. Because of my work, I happen to be an admin on several high profile Facebook accounts. Okay. Now, the other day I was perusing through Facebook myself, and I noticed that our governor had a video posted on his wall. And it did not seem like it was something that they would typically do. Because in the video, the governor of Illinois mentioned that he had worked with top geologists to rename Lake Michigan to Lake Illinois. And that we were also going to send the National Guard out to invade Greenland.
No. Not Greenland.
Oh, what was he going to invade then? Because I can't remember exactly. But
Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. Okay.
Illinois was going to take over Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay. So, but that did not seem to me like something that an elected politician would be posting on their official governor's Facebook account. So I thought either they got hacked or somebody else that was an admin of their account must have gotten hacked and posted this.
Did you all have the governor or the mayor or the senator or somebody who got caught like doing cocaine off a hooker's butt or something?
Are you thinking about the Toronto mayor who goes a crack addict?
Toronto, Illinois, same shit.
Not quite, but yeah, no, that was...
No, we haven't had any crack addicts. Our governors are either billionaires or non-billionaires who go to prison anyway.
Or billionaires who went to prison. Yeah. So I start freaking out because I'm like, this cannot be happening, right? The account couldn't be getting compromised like this because, or as long as it's not my fault, all right, this only makes a case that I want for some software that I was wanting to buy that I haven't gotten money for, but as long as it's not my account this happened to. But turns out it was posted on purpose. And I'm like, I cannot believe that an elected official posted this on purpose because all he's doing is stirring the pot. This doesn't make any, there's no winning to this whatsoever. I don't care if you're going to, worst case scenario, you're only pissing off 50% of your constituents. So there's no win.
An awful big gamble there.
Yeah, I don't.
There's no real gamble in the state of Illinois, but I did not know that he posted that from any official source.
Yeah, it was on his governor's Facebook, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But like I said, for a while until I started doing some more research, I was like, holy crap, why is this happening? And who do I need to reach out to about this?
Yeah, it does have the look of something that could have been AI generated. Which is,
100%.
You were checking.
I thought, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is deep fake, and it's hitting us hard now. I'm like, this is not good. So, but yeah, so that was, I'm of the opinion right now, let's shut down all social media. We don't need any of it. The state government, there's no real reason for state government to be on it, period. State, national, whatever. We don't need it.
So, do you guys have a rule in place like any government official page has comments turned off by default?
Yeah, most smart agencies have done that. Unfortunately, no, because they a lot of I think didn't the presidential Twitter account have comments turned off initially, or he deleted some comments and then he ended up going to court over it and he had to reinstate it, or no, he blacklisted somebody. That's it. He blocked somebody.
Yeah, you can't turn comments off on Twitter.
But
otherwise,
yeah,
yes.
Well, you can limit who can comment.
I always tell people, one, don't post anything, period, end of story. Two, don't do comments because you don't want to hear what people have to say, really. Everybody thinks they want to hear what people have to say. You don't. And just, don't, because I've had several agencies who wanted to put up feedback forms so that they could elicit feedback from the public. And I'm like, you don't want to hear what the public has to say.
So let me just clue you into how New Jersey views this legally. And actually, I misspoke before. You cannot limit. Either comments have to be on or off. There is no middle of the road. Because if you limit who can reply, then you are discriminating.
Yeah, you're disenfranchising.
Now, that being said, if comments are turned on, you have to be very careful because, one, you can't delete the comments, but two, anything said on an official government page can be used in a court of law.
Yeah.
Regardless of who posted it. And the reason I'm saying this is there are some, well, I'll just say, there is a proposed mosque and community center that they want to build right smack in the middle of town. A 44,000 square foot building with underground parking, including electric style lifts to double the amount of available parking spaces and valet.
Ooh, valet.
Churches, do you know, have valet, right?
Yeah.
Now, nobody comments about this or posts about it on Facebook because you get that one jackass racist posting up stuff, and all of a sudden it's religious persecution, and you lose in court of law.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So, to any government official out there, just turn off comments. Do not allow comments. Save yourself a problem.
Like I told them, I'm like, you don't want to know. You don't, because the only people that comment are the people who want to complain, because nobody talks when they're happy.
No, that's not true. You either get the people who are complaining and telling them they're wrong, or you get the sack riders who think that the person can do nothing wrong. There is no discussion. There's no middle of the road.
Well, and you'll never change anybody's mind, so it doesn't matter.
So
that's true.
So I was curious. Shaggy, to see the agency I work for. Do they leave comments on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Also, there are no comments.
Well, I actually have told a lot of agencies most agencies who have YouTube, I go and look and they haven't posted anything in 3 or 4 years. So, I'm like, why are you still advertising this? It's stupid. That's the other reason why I tell them not to do social media. I'm like, unless you're going to keep up on it, there's no use. That's the same reason why I tell people not to bother doing blogs. Because I'm like, you're going to be hot and heavy on blogs for about 2 weeks and then you're going to stop. So,
Yeah, we have lots of videos that are being posted. I mean, last one was 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago. So, yeah, continuous.
Yeah.
And, about 70 views or so each. It's like, that's enough views to say the people who posted it checked it a couple times to make sure it posted correct.
Yeah.
And then that was pretty much it.
Oh, well, whatever. But, so yeah, I just, I didn't want to get down the political, road too much, but I just wanted to mention that brief heart attack I had. So, fun. But, let's see here.
Just one last thing on that, Shaggy, because I did see that before. Mm-hmm. I saw it posted, like New York Post, I think, put it up for some reason. And there were comments behind us like, oh, why are you wasting, government money on this? And I thought at the time, what do you mean? Of course you didn't use government money for that. And then, then you tell me that he did post it on the official Facebook thing. I'm like, well, I don't know whose money he used anymore. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there was a sports thing yesterday, evidently.
It was.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really pay much attention to it.
I paid more attention than I care to because I bought boxes in several pools this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute I walked out the room and wasn't paying attention to the score, I actually hit. So I was shocked when I saw the Venmo come through. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand. I also I think this is a very big thing to kind of bring up related to our general consensus or general topics. This was the first time that anybody anywhere with an internet connection was able to watch the Super Bowl thanks to Tubi.
Yeah, I saw that. I hated their commercials.
Well, I kind of hated their commercials as well. Anybody with I'm sorry, but if my child was born with a skull that looked like a cowboy hat, or a Harry Potter sorting hat, I would like to be very clear that that child would be disowned and dropped in the the baby box at the local fire station real quick.
Yeah,
even
I have my limits.
Well, there's lots of other jokes like it. Obviously, you would have got that repaired medically at birth, but also obviously it's a cesarean section birth, not natural birth. I
should hope so.
The wizard-headed kids definitely would not be the bullies because those heads are much easier to make fun of. It was all around bad commercial.
But what I will say is, minutes ago, whatever. What I will say is thank you to Tubi because that allowed my father-in-law to watch the Super Bowl, which made him very happy.
Oh.
Because he did not have. He doesn't get local channels up there because DirecTV doesn't have a franchise agreement with the local broadcast stations. So he was able to watch the Super Bowl on Tubi. And I think he may be occupied for quite a while looking at all of the stuff that is available for free on Tubi. There is quite a bit of stuff. And the fact that he didn't have to give him a credit card to sign up made him even more happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
the thing is, I was reading a lot of people talking about the game, and for Bears fans such as myself, there's always been the game of what could have happened. Because the Bears drafted Mitch Trubisky instead of Patrick Mahomes. So the question has always been, what would it have been like if we had drafted Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitch Trubisky? And we now know the answer. The answer is that Patrick Mahomes would now be selling State Farm as an agent instead of a spokesperson. Because Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl yesterday looked exactly like every Bears quarterback for the last 30 years. Running around like crazy, it's just that's exactly what every Bears game has looked like. That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to get down to breaking down the X's and O's. All I'm going to say is, I know there are plenty of people that the halftime show was made for. I was not one of them.
No, I completely disagree, Shaggy. The halftime show was great.
You think it was made for
amazing.
me? It was not.
It was amazing. I had a wonderful nap during that halftime show.
Well, not me. So, but hey, whatever.
So we do have to talk about the best part of the Super Bowl. Is the commercials.
Well, you say that, but I really wasn't bowled over by many of them.
Oh, by many of them, yes.
Mama Blair wrote in saying, I thought the eyebrows commercial was better than the mustache commercial. I am going to disagree with you on that one. I felt that the mustache commercial was hysterical. The eyebrows commercial was just funny.
It depends how much of Eugene Levy you've been watching. If you just spent a lot of time watching his Reluctant Traveler show, then it was much funnier.
I did see a snippet of the Seal Mountain Dew commercial, and I thought that was funny.
Listen, I that is nightmare fuel. Okay,
it is. It absolutely.
The only good thing that happened from the Seal commercial is it finally kicked the puppy monkey baby out of my nightmares.
Yes.
That's about the only good thing that came from the Seal commercial.
I mean,
although that wasn't did you see the Instacart commercial?
No, I don't think so.
Which one? I think they had a couple.
The one that had all the commercials in it. So there's a commercial for Instacart. They had like all of the greatest hits, all the commercials for our last hit. So it had the hot dogs running in a herd, and it had the baby monkey thing. I forget the name of that thing, but it had that, and basically because it had like all the ad mascots for all the things that you might be able to buy with Instacart, including at the end where the stuff is delivered, and then the husband says, "Oh, did you get milk?" And then it ends with a got milk cow on a motorcycle driving to the house with the milk. Or is it a milk pit? Anyway, it was a good commercial. Just because I liked how it referenced all of my favorite commercials.
Fair. I must have missed that one, but I'm reading about it here.
Yeah.
I think it was like a third or fourth quarter commercial.
Yeah, I just...
I don't understand why everybody was all crazy about the Hellman's commercial.
I could care less about the Dunkin' commercials.
Oh, no, the Dunkin' commercial just confused me. Because I kept thinking, why is this a commercial about, why are they all wanting to be Don King? Because that's all I could hear is Don King. And then I finally figured out they were trying to say Dunking with a terrible accent, but it sounded like they were saying Don King over and over again. I was like,
that's a Boston accent.
Yeah, I did like the Angel Soft commercial that just gave you a potty break.
I missed that one.
Basically, it's a 15-second or a 30-second countdown with just a baby dancing around that says "Now is your
yes
potty tunity."
That was right before the halftime show.
Yeah.
That's what I was asleep.
30 seconds left. Yes.
So why didn't you understand the Hellman commercial?
I don't understand why everybody thought the Hellman's commercial was so great. It really wasn't, and it was completely
great. No,
bullshit.
It was
It was nostalgic, but let's
it was just nostalgic.
Nobody who goes to Katz's Deli is putting mayo on their sandwich. No one. Trust on that.
MSC
have to throw Sydney Sweeney in at the end just to be the bridge to the younger audience who are infatuated with her boobs? No.
I thought the MSC
subliminal messaging about boobs and mayo.
Mm-hmm. I thought the MSC Cruise Super commercial was dumb.
Yeah.
I
Did they have any relationship other than they were both in the commercial together? I meant to look that up.
I have no idea. I also hated the Ultra Hustle with William Dafoe.
I didn't hate it. I see. There's an extended version that I saw earlier in the day online. So the extended version actually was kind of funny. And the Salesforce.
Oh God, I couldn't stand those.
No, but I do like the fact that they were playing off the McConaughey, Harrelson brother.
Yeah,
theory.
I
give them credit for that.
Yes, I just hate Salesforce. I'm just jaded towards that product.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, just
And that's
the AI about because their AI is bad. I sat out here in the rain eating my dinner. Okay.
No, it's because their AI.
This is because you're stupid.
It's because he didn't use their AI. That's what their commercial said. So
I know. No, he said the AI that particular place was using was bad, which is why I didn't know that I'm sitting out here in the rain. I'm like, if you need AI to tell you that you're sitting out in the rain, then maybe you should not be out in public at all.
The rapper who looks like he's a middle school desk. What's his name? Post Malone. The Bud Light big man in the cul-de-sac commercial.
Yeah, that one. That was like whatever.
Nah.
I wasn't sure if you were going to talk about that or the Nerds gummy candy with Shabuzi.
It's just their very first ad the whole time.
Yeah, I mean...
apparently, Katz's menu does say that you can order mayo with your pastrami, but it is at your own peril.
Yes, exactly.
And the Squarespace commercial was stupid.
Oh.
Throwing the laptops.
Let me also just add... it's a little bit of subtle irony that was not lost on me this morning, that we had possibly the most racist commercial ever with the most outright denouncing hatred commercial ever. And I'm speaking, of course, on this hand, the denouncing hatred, Snoop teaming up with Tom Brady versus anything with Kanye West.
Yeah, who got kicked off of the internet again? Yes, afterwards. Yes.
I honestly do not understand how Kanye West, where this is like pineapple pizza people and non-pineapple pizza people have to come together to fight the people that put mayonnaise and peas on their pizza, right? Kanye should be uniting this nation in this political climate, and this is as close to politics as I'm going to talk. He should be uniting this nation right now. Everybody's saying Kanye's canceled between the shit at the Grammys, where he's parading his naked wife around on the red carpet, and now having a website where all he's selling is a T-shirt with a swastika, and he's on social media declaring that he's a Nazi and admires Hitler.
Okay, for a second, when you said...
If somebody hasn't been hacked...
When you said Kanye should unite this world, I was worried because I thought the same guy who said, George Bush hates black people...
Common enemy. Common enemy.
Okay.
Everybody should put their differences aside and just come together to cancel Kanye.
Okay. Okay.
To hell with Yeezys. To hell with Ye. To hell with Bianca Censori selling her saran wrap dresses. To hell with his swastika t-shirts. Cancel it all. Change North's last name to Kardashian. No more Northwest. Deny that he birthed this child and just claim immaculate conception, or just say it's Ray J's kid and because you saved the sperm from the sex tape and deny it's Kanye, please cancel Kanye completely. Erase him from existence.
Okay. I'm back on board now.
Okay. So I found an article talking about the worst and the best, and actually they haven't even mentioned. Okay. We haven't even mentioned some of these. So
hold on.
I was going to go.
Hold on, just 1 second. I want to see if this comes through.
The shape of the city has changed dramatically, tragically, and perhaps irreversibly. There's now over 25 feet of water where there was once city streets and thriving neighborhoods.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to watch. I've even been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there. So anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help the poor, the black people, the less well off as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
He hasn't changed in 17 years.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And at that point, Mike Myers said, I have a fucking career. I need to get out of here.
Then they go to Chris Rock, who's standing by the damn fridge, just to go, what do I do now? I don't have a prompter.
Okay. Coffee Mate. Worst commercial.
Okay.
The one with the dancing tongue.
Oh, all right. I didn't see it.
Yeah, lucky
Don't
you.
remember it.
That one. And then Tubi. And the ChatGPT, which was just stupid because it was like a black dot, and then it started making other pictures and stuff.
It's just ASCII art.
At the end, and at the end it just said ChatGPT, and I was like, that wasn't a waste of money.
I always wonder sometimes, why do you need, some things don't need to be advertised. That's like advertising Kleenex. Everybody knows Kleenex.
Or at least advertise something that it does.
It's anyway. Pretty bad. Everybody, ChatGPT is the Kleenex of, AI. It just is. Nobody, if I said, oh yeah, I'm using AI, everybody goes, oh, ChatGPT. They don't go, oh, you must be using Gemini. They're automatically going to say ChatGPT, even though that's not what I use.
That's the one that was made fun of mostly for its terrible ad, but
Well,
let's go into that. But we'll come back to it. What they had for their best ads were the Michelob Ultra ad with William Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara playing pickleball.
Nah.
The Ultra Hustle, which Shaggy didn't like, I did.
Nah.
I liked it.
Budweiser is one of them. I'm going to call bias. I'm going to call bullshit.
Then they had the Gemini ad with the dad getting ready for his interview. That I thought was pretty good. But the other one, so did you read about the cheese thing going on with Gemini?
No.
Okay. So there was an ad where it was like things from all the different 50 states of how they were using Gemini. And there was one for Wisconsin where they used it to generate information about Gouda cheese for the website for this cheese selling company.
Okay.
The problem is that the prompt that came out of Gemini was this thing that said that Gouda is the most popular cheese in the world, making up 50 to 60% of all the cheese sold worldwide. Which people said, well, that's not true. But what was, and so they corrected that. They chopped that piece out because they said, oh, well, if that's the cheese company, what would they do if they saw that prompt? They said, oh, we'd probably ask Gemini to remove that section. So they did. They put that section up. But then somebody else figured out that entire text block of the description of this Gouda cheese, they searched for it on the internet and they found it. So Gemini had come in with the answer to the prompt and completely copied it from the existing website.
Well,
that existing website is the website of the same cheese company that's in the ad. So now everyone's looking at this going, so did you not trust your own AI to generate this thing? You just copied some text from the existing website and pretended? Or did Gemini manage to just completely steal the content of an existing website without modifying it, which happened to be the same site that they were using in the first place? So that's the mini controversy happening with Gemini, with ads for the Super Bowl.
Oh, well. All right. So, let's see here. Before we get into our review here, which will happen shortly, let's go back and look at...
Is it really going to happen shortly? Because do we really need a full half hour, 40 minutes, 20 minutes even? I think we can get this review done in like 10. I'm just saying. I know we're short on topics this week, but
okay.
This movie is not going to require a whole ton of... So
all right.
I did have to tell you, Shaggy,
yeah.
You are now famous,
sort
of, around my workplace.
All right.
Like, people want to reach out to you because we had a conversation. They changed password requirements.
Oh, okay.
At work. And without going into a whole lot of detail, when I told you those requirements, you told me that they were breaking all kinds of NIST rules.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, everybody I spoke to, somehow the legend of Shaggy has percolated around my office to the point where, now mind you, we have the CSO group is headquartered in my building, and I'm worried that they're going to come hunt me down. Because I'm spreading this information, which is factual information. Yeah. But they're going to hunt me down asking me, like, okay, who is Shaggy? I don't want them to come after you. But so ironically, not long after that, they started rolling out hardware MFC keys, like UV keys. I hate this thing with a passion.
Oh God, they made a change to mine at work too, but I'll let you finish first.
I absolutely can't stand this thing because to look up on the company intranet, I need to use this stupid key to look up the company phone directory. I'm really starting to get a little aggravated about this. Like, people are getting so paranoid that every website internally needs this stupid key.
Yeah.
And they tell you to keep it clipped to your ID. But the problem is my ID doesn't reach the USB slot. So people are unclipping their IDs. They're plugging in. They're forgetting to put their ID back. Now you're in violation because you're not wearing your ID.
Yep.
I swear this is all just a really
elaborate
Enron-esque Ponzi scheme to write people up.
What you need to do is you need to get one of those, the belt, key things, the those. What you do? This is how you right the wrong. Okay, so you get one of those janitor key rings, where you got your keys on a string, right? Retractable string. Have that. Okay, so you put your badge on that too, and your USB key, right?
It is.
So then you plug it in so that you're authenticated, right? And then you forget, and then you get up to go to the bathroom. Wham! Now your laptop just goes flying to the floor because it's not MagSafe or anything, and so now they got to buy you a new laptop. Enough of times that happens, and maybe they change their rules.
But see, here's the problem with that, for me anyway, because I'm using a virtual machine, I am using my own personal laptop.
Oh, well, that's a problem. They shouldn't have you be doing that.
Well, they do, because I'm getting tired of them telling me every 3 years I got to get a new thin client via lease roll, which is stupid. To me, here I am trying to be the good employee, trying to save them money by don't lease me a machine. I have a laptop I can use. That's fine.
Well, see, for us, like we use essentially a VPN tunnel when we're at home, right? Which one would do. So I understand. Okay, listen, when I'm at home, I got to establish the VPN tunnel. I got to go through the two-factor authentication, and I got to connect. Okay, when I'm away from the office, that's what I got to do. The problem is now when we're in the office, they're essentially having us do the same thing. When we're connected to the damn hardwired connection in the office, we have to go through the same damn thing. So now I have to have my phone with me. I have to do MFA connections when I'm at work, just to be able to work. Like, I'm on your supposedly secured hardwired connection, which you only turn, not every jack in the building is hot. They only make hot the jacks that people are actually at. So it's not like some, hacker can just come in there and wire in, normally. But it's like, why are you guys making this so hard on everybody?
Now, semi-work related thing that I need to, I need you guys' opinion, because I don't know how this is in the Midwest. Last week, some of us at work went to happy hour. Mm-hmm. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Might have been 2 weeks ago. And the day of, it was brought to my attention. There's a conversation happening, and I work with people all over the country, and I have for pretty much my entire career. There's a conversation happening with a couple of other people, and they're talking about, I was on this call, and all of a sudden I heard him say, "Bless your heart," and I said, "Oh damn!" I said, "Whoa! What are you talking about? Oh damn! What do you mean?" If you were having a conversation with somebody and they said, "Bless your heart," what would you take that to mean?
Well, I mean, I know it's the Southern FU. Am
I the only person on the face of this friggin' planet that didn't know that?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Colin, you knew that, right?
Oh, yeah. There's lots of YouTube videos about that, too.
I mean,
it's very dependent on how you say it.
Yeah, it could be a genuine thing, but usually it's not. Usually it's like either FU or, oh, they must be special, or, something like that. It's typically the way that it's intended for.
Okay, so in the context of a conversation where with this one employee, I will call her Sybil.
Mm-hmm.
In the context, we've been venting about somebody else, and I have said this person is a jabroni, in not so nice terms, and she would reply back, "Bless his heart," and I take that to mean, well, he's trying, but he's overwhelmed, because it was in the context of the conversation. Now, this woman, this same Sybil, has said to me no less than a dozen times over the past 3 years of Team's history, has responded to me with "bless your heart." Then I get this news about what "bless your heart" really means.
Well,
I suddenly have to start questioning my entire existence.
Yeah, you do.
Okay? And my entire relationship with this person. And now I am secretly on calls waiting for this person to say one more time, now that I know what it means, "bless your heart," because I will go all Sopranos on her about this. Now, it gets better.
Give you one more.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because after this conversation at work where I replay it all, and it's, of course, now that everybody, that's their whole thing, "bless your heart." And what I was told was, if she ever says "bless your heart," then the proper response from me is, "well, bless your soul." And that basically tells her, I know what the hell you're doing.
It's kind of F you too.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, we all go to happy hour after work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this conversation happened in the morning. And I searched the team's history, and I'm all losing my mind.
Now you're on Conspiracy Watch. Got it. Yep.
Now I'm sore on the outside and the inside, right? So we go to happy hour. And after a couple of drinks, we're sitting there, and our favorite bartender shows up after the shift, and somebody mentions the whole bless your heart thing, and somebody on the other side of the bar happens to say, yeah, I'm from the Carolinas. I knew that. And I'm like, oh, well, what the hell? Mm-hmm. And then somebody comes and sits down with him, and as we're just having a good old time drinking, and I hear her say, oh, well, bless his heart. I'm like, what? No, do not have pity on me. Mm-hmm. Like, this has been my world for 2 weeks now. Every person I deal with in the South, I'm listening to them, like questioning, what other code do I not know about?
Sweetie, hun. Sometimes those are not terms of endearment. Sometimes that's like basically saying dumbass. Like, hey, sweetie, or sweetie. I was like, dumbass. You should have known better. Sometimes that's the way it goes. There are definitely those trends. So yeah, you have to remember, some of my family lived in Georgia, so I picked some of those things up a little bit. But they're also pretty widely known too at this point.
But then I also started thinking about all the times I've been
you guys
down there
probably
for
have
a NASCAR race.
You probably have some in New Jersey that we don't know about.
What are you talking about? Like,
you guys probably have some colloquialisms that you would normally some undercover code words.
Ours are not that bright, okay? We'll be like, yeah, you're a real butter knife, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're not very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Ours are not easy to figure out. Ours are not well cloaked.
Yeah.
Because we kind of want you to respond.
Well, because you're looking for a fight.
That's it. Maybe. Or we're going to threaten you with a fight, so you buy us a beer to calm us down.
I mean, here in the Midwest, we're just going to, bless your heart and then give you a casserole. So, we play the long game. We clog up your arteries and wait for you to die of natural causes. So,
Oh, bless your heart. Here's a horseshoe.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I can't be mad at you now.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till the quintuple bypass. Then you could be bad. But yeah. So
apparently, I'm the only person at a company of over 200,000 that didn't realize "Bless Your Heart" is the Southern FU. And what makes it even worse, so now, then I went back that weekend and I rewatched Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
And, guess what? I'm wondering why Sweet Home Alabama doesn't have a mature audiences rating when it's aired on network TV. Okay, now we can go to
unfortunately, bless your heart can have an infinite number of meanings.
Yes, and I did, when I left the bar, I did kind of decide that it's like the aloha of the South.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. When it's written, it's impossible to know.
I mean, did anyone use the phrase booger up?
Booger up?
Yeah.
No.
As in, like, you heard so-and-so, he boogered everything up?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that I've heard, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's not that much of a stretch.
All right. Okay. I think you're okay. And you know the difference, that they call them buggies, right? You know the difference between buggy and shopping cart? I mean, there's not really a difference, but in the South, it's a buggy. In the North, it's a shopping cart. So.
Hold on, I lost my headphone.
Oh, no!
That is.
All right. Good.
Buggy and shopping cart. Go ahead.
Buggy and shopping cart, same thing, just different areas. In the south, it's a buggy.
Okay. Well,
in the north, it's a shopping cart.
Well, yeah, but that's like saying pop and soda.
Well, yeah, kind of. But, you know, that one took me a little bit. Because, getting a buggy, doesn't I don't think a buggy.
But calling somebody a buggy and calling somebody a shopping cart, it's the same level of insult.
Yeah, true.
If it's meant to be an insult.
I guess. So, all right. Let's get to this movie that I put on the list. I know I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure I put it on the list.
Oh, I know you put it on the list.
Am I up for the description, or are you up for the description?
No. You dealt me this.
Okay.
Friggin' bless your heart of a hand. So the movie is called Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie is essentially a few friends that decide they need to move to California from, I'm assuming, New York. The fact that these three friends almost die at the very beginning of the movie thanks to a drunken stunt should tell me exactly how this movie is going to go. It also tells me that I'm going to regret watching this. Because after their near-death experience, they decide the trip to California from New York is in order. The three of them climb into the punch buggy convertible to trek across the country for a fresh start. Along the way, they meet an Elvis impersonator that needs help getting his trailer unstuck from the side of the road. Then, while camping in the Grand Canyon, they meet up with some local yokel redneck racists. Wait, hold on. During the filming, I just noticed Flea, who is one of the punk friends, has a broken foot. But the local yokel redneck racists rob them blind and they kill Flea. I guess Flea was between dates on a concert tour and needed something to do in between. So the guy whose idea it was to go to California in the first place and who was funding the trip with $1,000 from his settlement, which I assume is when he broke his foot, until they got robbed, is now dead. So now we've got John Cryer, nitwit, and dude who will eventually play Jay Leno in the late shift, try to get revenge on the redneck mafia. Turns out there are two of the redneck mafia left. They find them on the road. Nothing good comes from this confrontation. They wind up wrecking their Beetle in the process. Thankfully, the beautiful gas lady that they stiffed for $10 earlier for fuel happens to drive by as they are desperate in their time of need. These guys are truly just lucky that she hasn't gotten her big break to go work for the accounting firm in New York where she spends weekends in the Hamptons with Bernie. Of course, she is also an expert marksman and cowgirl. Now, her and Punk Ducky leave camp and leave Biscuit at her house all alone. They've just met like 2 days ago. No note, no nothing. Probably slipped him some peyote to get away because it induced a dream where now all of a sudden he wakes up and he's a Native American fighting the white man. But let's just feed into the illusion. We give them both full-on Western makeovers. Biscuit's dressed as
Tonto?
Shit pants in woods and Punk Cowboy Ducky. And let's just give your classic car to the guys you met 2 days ago, even if you already slept with the one guy already. We get to a point where the movie, as stupid as it has been, goes off a cliff in Thelma and Louise style fashion with some bad guys doing some beyond stupid small town stuff. Now, listen, puke to Schnikes, okay? I grumbled quite a bit when this movie came up in the list, asking what steaming pile of crap I was getting stuck with to take point on. My gut instincts were right. Before I go on, I would like to personally thank Prime Video for trying to save me from watching this. When I typed in the search on my app for dudes, quote-unquote dudes, this was not even the first suggestion that came up. In fact, it was 3 or 4 rows down. There's a very good reason that this movie doesn't come up in John Cryer's body of work in general. This is his Zardoz. This is his Once Bitten. This is his Jiggly. This is his biggest regret. Puke to Schneikes, I am giving this the fabulous Kill It With Fire, preferably with a side of peyote. Now, a couple of quick notes. Any movie that starts in a mosh pit, complete with a cowboy hanging in effigy, is going to be a train wreck. This is no wonder why Prime Video didn't pull this up directly when I searched Dudes. It's the title of the friggin' movie. The girl the punk ducky is drooling over in the beginning. Isn't she the same girl from that movie Thrashing that we reviewed where, what's his name? Where Thanos skateboards? Why? Somebody explain to me why Ducky puts a damn hairnet on while he's riding in the car. And what punks have a friggin' Beetle? Punks, especially ones that are in the band, have a van. This is a well-known fact. What do 3 punk rockers know from New York know about camping in the desert? And why does Flea have metal camping mugs attached to the shoulders of his jacket? What kind of roadside diner starts throwing punches the minute someone new walks in? Monster Truck vs. Beetle. Not something that I had on my bingo card this year. And finally, we get the bad guy getting gored by a bull, and nobody around him is even reacting to it. What the hell is going on with this movie? Kill It With Fire.
All right. And Colin, are you going to give a review, or you want to go with a DNF?
It's not a DNF. It's a DNS.
Okay. I always blame DNS. That's what I know.
Yep.
It's always a DNS.
I don't have a question of clarification for Mike, but you go through first. Rick.
All right. So, a lot of Mike's points were accurate, but not correct. Okay? First of all, this movie stars John Cryer, who is best known for the movie Hiding Out. All right. Not from, as my wife said, 2.5 Men. All right. Or from 16 Candles. So, Hiding Out, best film he's been in. Or Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink.
No. Hiding Out, best movie he's ever done. All right.
Not arguing that. Most well known, Pretty in Pink.
2, Daniel Roebuck. Best well known for playing Cliff's son in Matlock. All right. They're going to remember him a lot more for playing the neighbor's son, who was also a private investigator for Matlock for like 6 years on that show, than for playing in one movie. So, yes. And Catherine Mary Stewart, the love interest, not from whatever you said. Okay. More well known for The Last Starfighter. She is the girl from The Last Starfighter. All right. Iconic cult movie. Not even cult. Iconic sci-fi movie. All right.
Yeah. Important to the history of special effects.
Now, you were correct. Pamela Gidley was in the movie Thrashing. But again, more important, she was the android in the movie Cherry 2000. So, when we're going to pick the movies that these people are in, well, let's pick the important ones. So yeah, this, I will admit, I hated the first 30 minutes of this movie. I could not stand the first 30 minutes of this movie all the way up until when, John Cryer's character turned the Beetle around because he was pissed and he decided he was going to go find the bad guys.
Okay. I have to interrupt. The Last Starfighter, while awesome, made $28 million at the box office. Weekend at Bernie's, $31 million.
Okay, but did you adjust for inflation?
Yes.
I still am going to say more people would like to watch again The Last Starfighter than Weekend at Bernie's. I bet The Last Starfighter...
One, not two.
Yeah,
not one, not two.
I bet on TNT and TNN and whatever, The Last Starfighter plays more often than Weekend at Bernie's.
100% disagree, but go on.
So anyway, I hated the first 30 minutes of this movie. I thought it was dumb. But the moment that, he turns around and he decides that he wants to go back and right the wrong, that's when the movie turns around for me, So yes, after they stiff the lady for $10 worth of gas, and then she decides that, that's the turning point for the movie. That's at the point where it got interesting to me. I did think that they probably had to have had some type of psychedelics or brain trauma after the car accident to then suddenly, have Biscuit become a Native American overnight, and then, at least Grant's migration was a little bit more well explained. The fact that they were then willing suddenly to have a shootout in the middle of a theater with tons of people in it, a little bit less well explained. But overall, the second half of the movie much better than the first. Good news is the movie's not very long. So, that's a positive, I guess. Overall, I am going to give this movie a meh. I'm not going to be nearly as dismissive as Mike is.
Okay, that's enough of a split. I'll try to get this movie watched. So next time, I'll give you my, do I agree with one or the other?
Okay.
Okay. So I have a proposal-ish.
Okay.
Only because it's right there at the top of the page on the suggestion sheet as I'm looking at it. Colin, you also owe us a review for Toucan.
Ooh, Toucan.
I may not be able to get to that because I also have to do the review of the movie for next time as well. So,
but I am almost willing
to just do a double Colin review next time.
Jackie, you're looking at this like, oh my God, this could be the best thing or the worst thing ever. Mike really needs to not drink during the shows anymore because your impairment is severely judged. No, and Colin, that's fair. That's fair.
I'll do one this time.
Okay.
And you know what? We'll do Token the next time. So we'll do this the next two times that I got a review. I'll do a double review both times.
Okay. So I think we're.
But I got to ask my question of clarification for Mike.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of any movie that starts in a mosh pit is bad. Do you mean a movie where the camera starts literally in the mosh pit, or where the opener has a mosh pit?
Why do I feel like you're setting me up?
I'm just saying, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time does have a mosh pit in the first scene. It's famous for having a mosh pit in the first scene. That's why I'm interested.
Well, what movie? Because I'm not... School of... Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I retract my statement.
Well, the camera doesn't start in the mosh pit. There is a mosh pit in the opening scene.
Okay, but I will focus on the effigy of the cowboy being hung above the mosh pit during the performance.
Any movie that starts within the first 5 minutes that has a hanging might not be a movie that's worth watching.
I think that is
Yeah,
a
I
fair
get.
qualifier.
And is
They'll
not a
understand.
Western.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
Western.
not an actual Western. I mean, yeah. There's lots of really good Westerns like Quick and the Dead. And there's lots of good, that's.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mike, we got 49, right?
Yeah, how did you add while we were on? Go ahead.
34.
Son of a bitch. Really? We're going to do this one?
What one was it?
Hold on.
Oh, wow! That was cool. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's been forever since I saw it.
I have seen this movie, and this movie, okay, Dream a Little Dream. This is semi-mainstream, and it stars the two Coreys.
Yes. And a Michael Jackson.
Luckily, I have not seen it, so I'll be able to create a fresh review.
Nah. Cool. Well, don't worry, because I'm not putting the sequel on the list. So, we won't watch Dream a Little Dream 2.
No, what we will wind up doing, if there is... Oh, I did that one. If we do wind up having like a sequel, instead of the sequel, we will just watch the 20-minute opening from a Corey Feldman concert.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't know, before Corey Feldman goes on at any of his concerts, there is a 20-minute reel that is played to the audience talking about Corey's tremendous achievements.
So lucky. People are so lucky to watch that. All right. Well, folks, that marks the end of this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. We certainly did. Don't forget, check out the show, PTRradio.com. That'll get you all the information on how to subscribe to the podcast. Check us out on social media. As well as you can leave a voicemail message for us there, too. As well as, find anything else out that you want to about the hosts, about the show, how we got here, all that other fun stuff. The show's been going on for a long time. Lots of history there that you can read about. Don't forget to share us with your friends. That's the only way that we grow the subscriber base is by you guys, sharing us out and saying, hey, listen, these guys didn't have any clue what they were going to talk about, but they lasted a whole hour. Amazing. They just rattled on and on and on. So, but we'll be back here in 2 weeks. That puts us on the 24th. So, barring any major issues, we will be back on the 24th of February to end out your month right. So, with that said, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I am Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks, because we are done. Later.